Hey guys, I just jumped into one of the first queues for the Mirrodin block Phantom draft as part of the Modern Festival, and we're gonna go for it. This pack is actually really strong. I think it has two of the best commons in the set. One is Arrest and one is Spike Shot Goblin. Mass Hysteria we don't really want. Goblin Dirigible we don't want. Icy Manipulator is very good. And that's about it in the pack. The pack has two really strong cards in Arrest and Spike Shot Goblin. And I'm kind of torn on which to get. I haven't drafted this format in about a decade, and I was much less aware of what's good and what's not in draft at the time. So the knowledge I have of the set from then isn't a lot of good, other than knowing what the cards do. But knowing what's best in this situation is hard to know. But I think I'm going to go with Arrest. I think the removal, straight removal, is something we want more. Ooh, Plated Slagworm. It's a high drop. So we're in white. We could get Raise the Alarm. What else is good in this pack? Slith Bloodletter. Not really. That Slagworm is tempting. I mean, it's incredibly difficult to deal with if we can make the deck for it. If we can make a deck that can just power him out there with stuff like Viridian Joiner in it. What else do we have here? I think, it's either Raise the Alarm or the Slagworm. Triple green is going to be a challenge to play, but we could kind of prioritize Viridian Joiners and sort of make a ramp deck here. Or at least try for that. We'll get the Slagworm. He's just a bomb, really difficult to deal with if we can get him out there. And there's a Joiner, which I was just saying we might want to prioritize. Relic Bane's not bad. I don't think Shatter's actually really good in this format. It's an artifact-heavy format, if you didn't know. So Shatter's a really strong card. Clockwork Vorak, 4+1/+1 counters. Yeah. This Oath can counter activated abilities from artifact sources. Clockwork Beetle. Yeah, I mean, the Mirror are also pretty good, but I think I'm going to go with the Joiner. I think we do want to prioritize Mirror, too, if we're going to try to build a ramp deck here. So we're going to go with the Joiner. And another Joiner. Flayed Nim. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. I think we're going to go the green-white route. Green has a lot of interesting protection from artifact creatures, and it has the ramp that we want to get to our Slagworm, who's nigh unstoppable if we can get him in play. So I think we're going to go that route. We could end up with a different second color, even though we took Arrest, too. We have Malachite Golem here, who's another good guy to power out with acceleration. He's not incredible, though. Chromatic Sphere can help us fix and draw us cards. What is Forge Armor? And we don't have a whole lot of artifacts yet. Altar's Light's actually really good, though. I think I'm just going to go for the removal spell instead of the Malachite Golem. Seething Sun. Yeah, well, green's not looking so open now, despite the way things were looking early. So we may have to come up with a different strategy. Somber Hoverguard, I guess, is probably the best card here. We don't have a lot of artifacts yet, but it's a fine one. Scrabbling Claws isn't very exciting. Nothing in this pack is all that exciting. The Krark Clan Grunt's all right, but yeah, I'll take the Hoverguard. Hoping we see some more green though, to make this Slagworm possible. If we don't see more green, we'll probably have to abandon our Slagworm because of the triple green costs. But we'll just have to see. It's too bad this is a Phantom draft. I kind of am sad that that's what Wizards decided to do with this draft. Older flashback drafts weren't Phantom, but they made this one Phantom for some reason. I didn't think them releasing the cards like for people to have for a week, which is how long this lasts, was going to be a big deal, but they didn't seem to have a whole lot of interest in. World Slayer is interesting. They, for some reason, didn't want to do that. they wanted to make it a yeah, black's really open, so I think we may need to move into black. Unfortunately, it kind of ruins our plan. We could go black-white though without too much trouble. We do have a Life Spark Spellbomb here, which is okay. And I think that's what I'm going to take for now. I don't quite want to give up on green yet, just because our Slagworm's so good. But yeah, we'll take the Spellbomb. But yeah, I'm just saying, I wish they hadn't made this Phantom. It's a little disappointing that they did, but that's how things are. Volshock Gauntlets could be incredibly good with our Mirrodin Joiner, and it's a good equipment spell, and we may be moving into a different deck anyway, and I think the Gauntlets is pretty good here. Turn to Dust is alright, but not that good. I think Volshock Gauntlets is the best card here, although Inertia Bubble actually is really good too. So blue seems like it's pretty open. I think I am going to take... I don't know. This is hard. I'm going to take the Gauntlets. What the hell? Hopefully everyone else is as lost as I am about this draft. They may not be, though. I mean, we've got an okay deck so far if we take out the Hover Guard. Everything we have is playable. So far. May just take a 2-mana 2/1 who's an artifact, which is relevant in this format. And he can also, you know, wear equipment, which we're bound to pick up. We already have some. And I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, this plan of these 2 Joiners plus Plated Slagworm seems pretty nice. So does Volshock. I mean, if we get these and a Joiner, we can get our Slagworm out in a really, really quickly. Yeah, we'll take Raise the Alarm now. We also have Slagworm Armor, but toughness doesn't matter right now. But Raise the Alarm's fine. It's not super exciting, but it's in our color. 1 mana, 1/1. Might be sideboardable against some people. Seems okay to pick up here. Yeah, I mean, we've got good removal so far in Arrest and Altar's Light. Strike. Yeah, I'll take Strike. It's a decent sideboard card, I suppose. Battle Growth. Bleh. But I'll take it, I guess. Well... yeah, I'll take it. Hopefully we don't end up having to play that. And Clockwork Beetle. A 1 mana 2/2, but he's a little trickier than that, but we'll take him. And yeah, this guy's still being around, although he's not the one with flying. The one with flying is the best one, and we saw him pretty late. But I'm okay with where we're going. Not super excited about it, but Turn the Tables is pretty good, and it may be what I take here. It can basically, you know, buy us a turn and be a removal spell at the same time. We also have a Volshock Morningstar, which is really good. Barbed Lightning, which is really good. We're not in the Barbed Lightning colors, but it is a really good card. Tangle Spider would be fine, but I bet it comes back to us. I think I'm just going to take Turn the Tables. It seems like a pretty good card to get. You know, I can just, you know, my opponent can Alpha Strike, and I can just be like, you know, no blocks, and then cast Turn the Tables, and, you know, turn the tables on them. And I think that's the right pick here. The Morning Star is probably the next best card in this pack, but Turn the Tables seems like more fun for sure. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. All right, Mephitic Ooze. It's pretty good for anyone who is in the black deck. That's for sure. Yeah, Purge seems pretty good. Seems like main boardable against most people. Drill Skimmer's pretty alright too, but I can pick one of those up later. And I'm probably right now I don't have any other artifact creatures, so maybe not. Yeah, we'll take Purge. Purge, Arrest, and Altar's Light make up a pretty good, and Turn the Tables, so we have pretty good removal. I'd like to pick up some more equipment. May be hard to make that happen though. Although the Clockwork Beetle can wear equipment, so that's nice. But yeah, okay, Tangle Golem will probably be good in our deck. I don't remember what this guy does. It's a cool card flavor-wise, but not especially playable. I think we're probably going to take the Tangle Golem. There's also an Anthem effect that for 7 can give all my creatures lifelink, so that's pretty good. But I think I want the Tangle Golem. He can wear equipment, and he'll be good in our deck. I think he has... No, he doesn't have Trample. He's just big. Most of the affinity for land-type golems in this set have a keyword, but not him. He doesn't need one, I guess. Death Mask Duplicant is pretty good. We don't have a lot of things we can really abuse it with, I don't think. At least not yet. Essence Drain's nice, but I don't think we're going that way. I'm surprised Vidalcan Engineer's still there. Yeah. Echo Encourage maybe is what we want here. I think I'm going to take the Duplicant. What the hell? We're kind of hoping to build a ramp deck, so he fits into that. The Tangle Golem's not a real 7-drop, so the Duplicant is, but yeah, I don't know if I might be running that guy at this point. He can counter like equipment and things like that, so that's kind of nice. And Razor Golem will probably also be good in our deck. Although Oxidize is really good. We are short on playable creatures, but Oxidize is definitely better than Purge most of the time. So we're short on... We could use some more creatures, and with Vigilance works well with our Duplicant. So it's a hard decision. It's either the Oxidize or the Razor Golem. I think we're doing well on removal. I think we're just going to take the Razor Golem, have another dude. Okay. I think here we do take Drill Skimmer for a 2/1 who has Shroud. If I control another artifact creature, seems fine. Not exciting, but fine. Stand Together seems like it would be good. Right now we don't have a huge number of lands, though. I mean, a huge number of creatures. I do have a huge number of lands. Or not lands, but other things. Yeah. Tangle Spider seems okay, but I think Stand Together at instant seems like a really strong combat trick. And yeah, our colors are just being very drafted, I think. Although that Stand Together being there late was surprising. I'll take a Metal Fatigue. Our deck doesn't have a huge number of artifacts, and that could be pretty useful, you know, for an Alpha Strike. I think it's a sideboard card, though. Hard to get good equipment. Those Morning Stars get taken early and often. Here we'll take a Tangle Spider. I'll stick it in our deck for now, but we may not play it. We didn't get any of the Mana Myrrh in our color, which is a little disappointing. Color or colors. Nourish, bleh. Chittering Rats is actually really good, and I may just hate draft it because there's nothing else here for us. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Probably should have changed colors at some point. I saw that green wasn't super open, but this Slagworm really made me want to stay in the colors we're in. Yeah. Arcbound Bruiser is probably what we're going to take here. Do we want a sideboard card instead, or a dude we potentially play? I think we want a dude we potentially play, who can move his counters onto other guys when he dies, which also works well with our Mirrodin Joiner. Moon Vessel. Yeah. Not really. These behemoths can be good, but obviously it's not for us. I think that's what I'll take, though. He can help us fix if we decide to splash another color, so not a bad late pick, and I'll take a Nourish for our sideboard. I don't think this format is like super fast. I mean, the creatures in it aren't great, so I feel like we have good chances of getting up to our Slagworms, Razor Golems, Tangle Golems, and Deathmask Duplicants, and just doing really well from there. Cosmic Larva. It's a pretty neat card. Ooh, Cranial Plating. Hello. That's probably what we're going to take. Cosmic Larva, I used to think was a really cool card back when this set was new, and it still is a cool card. Hard to make a deck around, though. The Circle of Protection Artifacts is really good. And here's more acceleration that we might want to keep an eye out for, but I think we really want the plating. Plating's just good. I mean, even though we only have 7 artifacts, 8, 9 artifacts, it's still really good. It's equipment that works well with our joiner and works well just on, slapping it on anybody. So it's what we're going to take here. I'd like to pick up a Silvok Explorer too for our little ramp deck we're building, but I will take the plating happily. And there's a Silvok Explorer. I need to look around the rest of the pack, though. Stasis Cocoon is really good. I think we've got pretty good removal already. Headdress is and we have Pentad Prism, which is worth considering also for acceleration, but it can't wear equipment, and Silvok Explorer can. So I think we're going to go with the Silvok Explorer. A Pentad Prism would be nice. Stasis Cocoon is good too, but I think we need the acceleration more than we need the removal right now. That's what I think. Between Purge, Arrest, Altar's Light, and Turn the Tables, we have some pretty good removal. More is always good, but I don't know if we're playing this Tangle Spider now. Although we don't have any, well, we have 1 flyer so far. Plunge into Darkness, another really cool card from this set. Not for us, but it's a cool card. This is a really good blue card. Clock of Omens. Thermal Navigator seems okay. So does Mirror Quadrupod. We don't have enough colors to really pull off the Thresher. Kind of wish I'd picked up that Pentad Prism. Maybe we just want the Stalwart. I mean, he's just a big dude. I think he's better than this other big dude. But Quadrupod, we do have some artifact synergies with it. Costs 1 less, and it can hit harder, and it can block well. But I bet we see more of them. I think I'm going to take the Stalwart. Why not? I'm going to have a lot of trimming to do. I'm not super familiar with this format, so it's harder to tell what's going to be really playable. I don't think we want either of those anymore, and we may not want the Acolyte either, actually. So I guess I just trimmed some stuff. Ooh, Silent Arbiter. That's a really cool card, and it's pretty good in our deck. No more than 1 creature can attack each combat. No more than 1 creature can block each combat. And I think it's what we're going to take. There's nothing else here that's really great for us anyway. This is a really good card in this format, though, but we're not in black. But, we have big beaters that in a lot of situations we're going to be perfectly okay just swinging with 1 guy a turn. And yeah, I think I'm going to take it. Abuna's Chant, yeah, it's not very good. Yeah, we'll take the Arbiter. Whether we play it, I think we'll play it, but we'll see. Beacon of Destruction is still going around. Red's open. Another one of these. I think it's what I'll take, although there's a Stasis of Cocoon, and I think I do want it now over the... We had the same pick earlier, and I picked the Explorer over the Cocoon, but now that we have the Explorer and 2 Joiners, I think I want the Cocoon. Yeah. Yeah, we want the Cocoon. Spinal Parasite. Tyrannax is just a big dude. Leonin Squire, you know, we have Life Spark Spellbomb, and it's a 2-mana 2/2, so it can get back our Spellbomb and draw us another card or make another land into a 3/3. So I think we'll take it. It's just a solid card, nothing exciting, but I think the top of our curve is already better than Tyrannax, so I think we go for the Squire. And a Skirmisher is really good. I didn't think white seemed open, but a Skirmisher still being around this late means it must be. Lantern of Insight is, see, this is why it's too bad this is Phantom, because Lantern of Insight's actually worth a couple tickets right now because of a recent Modern deck that runs it, believe it or not. Not a card I would ever think would see Modern play, but we're going to take the Skirmisher. If we can get Cranial Plating on it or Volshock Gauntlets, it's pretty good, and it's pretty good anyway without equipment. It's better with those, of course. You can also put modular counters on it and stuff like that. Possessed Portal is not what we want. Yeah, no. We could ramp into that, I guess, but I don't think we want to. I guess we'll take this. I don't think we want it. It can regenerate stuff, but I think we've got better stuff in our deck. Tingle Golem, and then put these more at 5-ish, I think. So can this get double strike from stuff in my graveyard? Yes. So I think we do want the duplicate. We're getting more and more keywords. We have a couple flyers. We've got hexproof, and we've got vigilance. So the duplicate can steal all of those from our graveyard. Wow, the fact that Circle of Protection Artifacts is still around seems pretty good to me. Stand Firm's fine, but I think we're going to take this. I don't think we're going to mainboard it, but it's a really strong sideboard card if our opponent's biggest threats are artifact creatures, which is pretty common. So maybe there's an argument to mainboard it, but I don't think we want to at this point. Yeah, so we've built a decent ramp deck that can help us ramp into these early, as long as we draw either a Joiner or an Explorer early. Got some cool removal and combat tricks and turn the tables and stand together, Altar's Light, Arrest, Purge, and Stasis Cocoon. Trying to decide. I'm gonna have to either cut probably the Bruiser or the Stalwart, and I'm kind of leaning towards the Stalwart just because it's harder to cast consistently. And the Bruiser has modular, which gives it more value if it dies. Viridian Scout. It's kind of awful. It's really awful. I don't know why they could have made it cost like 3 or even 2, and it still wouldn't have been ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking. Razorgrass Screen, no thank you. Suntouched Myrrh is just a 3-mana 2/2, but what the hell? It's better than that other guy. Thermal Navigator. Yeah, we'll take it. One of these is the best card here, I think, and we'll take it away from someone. None of these are any good. I'll take a Razorgrass Screen. Maybe I desperately want to sight it in against somebody. Kind of doubt it, but... So we ended up with Volshock Gauntlets and Cranial Plating. Cranial Plating is one of the best equipments in the set, and Volshock Gauntlets is kind of medium, but I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, he's so awful. Most of the Sunburst cards are. The one that wasn't that we passed, maybe we shouldn't have, was the Pentad Prism. Yeah, Nabuna's Chant. Ooh, boy. I'm all right with this deck. It ended up not being all that green. But it's not super white either. We can still run our Slagworm thanks to fixing from our joiners. And I can run Mirrodin Acolyte if I really want fixing, but we need to cut about 3 cards, and we may even want to cut 4, because we do have 2 7-drops. Let's put these guys right about here. I don't know if we want to run the Arbiter or not. I'm just not sure about that. I'm trying to think how good he can be in Limited. I feel like the answer is pretty good, especially in our deck. It's going to really annoy our opponents, so I think we leave him in. I think we side out Purge, put it as a sideboard card, because Stasis Cocoon can hit. This can only kill artifact creatures or black creatures. Stasis Cocoon can hit can hit an artifact of any kind and make it unable to block or activate its abilities. The Squire stays in, Skirmisher, Joiners. Maybe we lose our Skimmer. It seems possible. And we are losing one of these guys, either the Arcbound Bruiser or the Loxodon Stalwart. I think we lose the Stalwart to make our deck a little less white. We want to cut 1 more card. Wish I'd gotten that Pentad Prism now. I mean, I think we can probably get away with 17 lands because we have 3 mana dudes. So I think I'm going to just run with this. We need to figure out, sort by color. Let's see what we get, yeah. See what Wizards thinks we should do here, what Magic Online thinks. Yeah, I think that's probably right because our joiners can add green, but it seems a little risky when we have, like, one of our big win conditions is getting that Slagworm out there. I think I'm going to do it the other way, 9-8. Yeah. We do want this Acolyte for the fixing doubles that I think it'll be useful. It's also just a 1-mana 1/1 who can wear some of our equipment, you know, the 2 equipments we got. Anyway, I think that's our deck. Let's sort it by converted mana cost one more time. Have a look at how things are going to play out for us. Again, we probably want these closer to 5. It's probably more realistic for what they'll do. Yeah, that plus Cranial Plating could get us a really quick Slagworm or Death Mask duplicate, which is pretty sexy. But yeah, I think this will be a good. I think this will be a good deck. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with the format, but I think we managed to build a decent ramp deck with, you know, a lot of cool, good cards in it, and see how things play out in this format that, you know, seems so alien now. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.